So hello. Hi. How's everyone? Hi. Okay. Responsive. Okay. Y'all are nice. Okay. I moved back. I was living in New York because I made a mistake and I moved there. And so anyway, that was a very nice response to me saying hello to y'all. That didn't happen while I was living there. I was told to move a lot, like, a bitch move. That happened a lot because I like to stand and kind of look around. Anyways, I haven't actually started yet. Sorry. I said hello. Yeah, thank you for being here. The weather isn't the best right now. No, it's chilly. It's quite chilly. It's very snowy in Detroit, where I came here from. But yeah, so this is grief etiquette. This is some work that I've been thinking about. There was some grief involved. I think my dad died. I know it happened. And so this is what came of it. But pardon, I'll actually start. If I could take a moment to share about a thing that I did last summer. Art residencies, are y'all familiar with them? Yes, the concept of going away, doing shit, making art. So I went to Skowhegan last summer, and I tried explaining about my time there, in Maine. I was telling it to my comedian friends, and at the end of telling them about it, they're like, no, you joined a cult. And so I'm actually not convinced that I didn't join one. At one point, there was it wasn't a blood sacrifice, but there was a blood transference ceremony. So I'm just still processing that summer. We also started dressing alike, which is a little peculiar. We all wore tracksuits at one point. Anyways, that was just on my brain because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I did last summer. But anyways, let me actually start now. Promise I'll start. Okay, so how are y'all doing? Okay, that's really good to hear. Yeah, that's going to be the callback every time. Let's see. So I'll share that I was having a decent mental health day. It was decent. How have your brains been today? Oh, okay. Sure. Because of the weather? A bit. That's real. How about up here? How are y'all feeling? Oh, wow. We'll have to talk later. Super good and happy to be here. Okay. What's your secret? Okay. I'll share. So I was thank you all for sharing. I was having a mediocre mental health day. And then amidst putting all this up, I started thinking about my childhood. And then, just went downhill from there. I grew up in a household with domestic violence, which is a thing that I kind of forget, but then cool.
Wow. What is that?
Wow. Is God trying to tell us something? I mean, I can just keep going. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, sure. Thanks, God. Oh my God, Dad? You mentioned you mentioned seance earlier? It won't make up its mind. Okay, it happens. All right. So domestic violence, right? And so really, growing up, I kind of always assumed I'd die, in a murder-suicide situation.
Woo!
Yeah, to that, definitely.
And I was going to bring my flashlight, but I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, we can give you a light if you need. But pardon, sorry. So, murder-suicide. I assume I died in a murder-suicide situation, where I'd be the murderee and not the suicider. Yeah. But and so I think this came about just because my mom really enjoyed, my mom wouldn't she'd always talk about how she wanted to kill my dad growing up. She was very, very, very vocal about it. And she's also very thorough, where I know she wouldn't leave any witnesses. So it's I assumed it'd be my dad, and then my sister, and then me, and then, maybe she would take care of herself. I don't know, maybe, but anyways, so because of that, I definitely that's just murder-suicide. It's always been in my brain, but actually it was up in my brain up until very recently. after my dad passed, I was like, oh, okay, she's not trying to kill him anymore. I think finally you don't have to worry about that. Oh, thanks for the light. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool. But also I have a really poor memory just because of, trauma. But one of the memories that sticks out of my brain, was of my mom. I guess I somehow got in the way of her trying to stab my dad. And if my dad hadn't pushed me out of the way, it definitely would have got me. So I always think, anyways, sorry, this is now me just doing a rabbit hole because of the whole mental health thing. But yeah, so him pushing me out of the way of her trying to, or not, she wasn't trying to stab me, excuse me. Anyways, it was a really good Christmas besides that little event. It was a really good holiday. So let me see. These are things that I've actually written down. These are thoughts I actually have. But if I'm being quite honest, I'm still not convinced that she didn't have a part in his death, like a slight part to do with his death. I don't know. The doctors actually don't know what happened. They're like, he just died and we don't have any follow-up information for you, which is kind of wild to think about. But if I could actually get y'all's advice on something. So transitioning to my mom, we're back around to her. So she has cancer. She either has or had cancer, but I don't know how to ask if she still has it. If y'all have any suggestions as to how I can just bring it up, I'd love to hear it. You can just shout them out, or we can just ask. Yeah, but then how does, sorry, I'm gonna, so I heard you will just ask, but for the just ask response. She's a very guarded person. The first time she had cancer, she didn't tell me until about months later. So there's that. So just ask. Okay. Just ask. Okay. So just ask. Got it. Thank you. Sorry.
How many times have you told her how you felt?
Ooh, no, we don't talk. We do not talk. We send emojis. We send a thumbs up.
With guardedness, what I've come to recognize with breaking the walls of my opinion, so we talked earlier, a very similar situation with my dad, and I started saying how I felt instead of asking questions too. I think asking questions you can be like, oh, but instead I was like, I feel like you're not telling me things. I feel like you're sick, and I want to know if you're okay. I feel like, just saying your feelings really helps.
Okay, so just ask, say your feelings, directness. Yeah. Okay.
If it's the guard's up, you gotta be defensive. You gotta get in there.
Okay, get in there. Okay.
Maybe you could share why you want to know.
Why I want to know in this moment? Oh, inheritance.
No, I'm sorry.
Your mom. Well, inheritance money, honestly. That's really,
Maybe not then.
I mean, my dad died, and so he had a good life insurance policy, so that's really mostly what it is. I thought mostly, obviously, I care about her, but mostly it's inheritance money. I'm looking forward to not having to work, and depends on her in the coming years or months. I don't know. But okay. So maybe don't say why I want to know, but just ask, be direct. If she's guarded, go on the offense. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Or offense, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know sports terms.
Sure. It's basically attack her. Okay.
Money's real. Maybe she'll relate.
Okay.
That's cheap.
Okay. Sure. Money, real. Okay. Verbally attack her. Okay. No, don't verbally attack. Okay.
Could be the love language.
Go. I should go through her medicine cabinet.
Go.
Okay.
What would it change how you interact with her if she did?
It should. Ooh, it really should. I'd probably would it if I knew that she still had cancer.
Yeah.
I'd probably I don't do hugs very well. I usually just kind of stand there and let it happen to me. Maybe I would start. What's the word? Not reciprocate, but I would initiate. There we go. I would initiate a hug. There we go. Maybe I'd visit. these are all really good things to think about, and thank you for helping me process this in real time. Any other thoughts as to how I can ask if someone has cancer, or if how my mom has, if my mom has cancer?
Why do you think she doesn't want you to know?
Or I mean, she's just a very private person, you know. Like really, the first time she had it, the way that I found out she had it, she literally like dropped me off. And then I was coming from out of the country, so I didn't have a cell phone. So she called me at this landline that I had access to. Like, it was very, very peculiar. I think, you know, she doesn't want anyone to worry. I think also a part of it might be that she wants to, you know, I think also that inheritance money. I think that life insurance money is also maybe, you know, pushing her to stay alive. I don't know. Yeah.
Does she confide with anyone about her cancer? I mean, does she have any friends?
Does she have any friends? She has a dog that she likes. She really likes her dog. Yeah, probably her sister, my aunt. There has to be someone. I'm realizing as you're asking me these questions, I know very little about my mom. Do y'all know your family?
No.
Do you know? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Do you, like, what is her access level of education or literacy or whatever?
High school?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she, would she have told your dad that she had cancer or not?
Okay. Yes, she would have. Do you know what the kicker is? Not the kicker. No, this is not polite. She found out that she had cancer about a year after he passed. So actually, like, to the day that he passed, like, literally I found out that she had cancer on the death anniversary of my dad. So yeah. Wow, which is it's coming up. So she's either, yeah, so I should really follow up. Maybe I'll ask her in a couple weeks, you know, on the death anniversary, if she still has cancer. Yeah.
Would you be seeing her in person, or would it be by phone, email, texting? So?
It'd probably be through like a text. I'd probably send like, yeah, I'd probably send like a gif of like a dog like running around because she loves dogs. And then, I mean, all I have right now, I'm like literally all I have, I have like a draft of the text, and it's just cancer ? Is all I've written down. So, oh, cool. That's good. That sounds adequate. Okay. I mean, if it works, it works. Okay.
Do you like the phrase "I'm thinking about you"?
No. But I appreciate that thought. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe it'll. Okay. It just has it has like a "you up" connotation to me. So that's why yeah.
With this emoji, like,
What's the emoji? I can't.
emoji, like,
Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? Should I just send that right now? You know what? Okay. All right. No. Okay. I think it really is too. I appreciate it. And I'll just admit, I feel like not the only, I don't live alone, but I live with a roommate who I don't see very much, but I also have a dog who I feel like chooses violence every day. Like, that's just her energy. Like, she'll see a plastic bag blowing in the wind and she'll think the bag is coming for her. Like, so I feel like, you know what? Sure, if that's choosing violence, then why not? We'll send a cancer shrug emoji. We'll do that later. I'll send a black one, so I get the color right. I need to send a black person shrugging, not like a yellow emoji. Yeah. Well, I want to say this has been very helpful. Are there any last suggestions before? 'Cause that's all I've got. Unless you want to hear about my dog, but that's all I've got.
How did you
Oh, I thank you. That's nice. Thank you.
how did you grieve with your dad? Did you connect grieving about your dad with your mother?
I think hello, how's it going? Hello. Yeah, there's definitely like an association with it. I mean, I think it's like finding out about my mom, like on his death anniversary, like for me, like there is that association with it. And then grieving, like, actually, did I grieve her illness?
Well, with your father,
Sure.
did you grieve with your mother? Or did you not?
Oh.
Did you feel uncomfortable with that?
No, I mean, I think, so the fact that I did not grieve with her. She did her thing in one room. I actually, the way in which I found out that he died was actually also not great. Okay. Ghosts. Okay, Dad. Yeah. So the way that I found out that he died is I got a phone call. Like, I got a phone call and like in the really, it was like 2:40. I remember the time. It was 2:40 in the afternoon. It was a really beautiful day. And then more or less I got a call and it said, "Hey, your dad's passed out." Or like, "Dad's passed out." I'm like, okay, cool. That's not very clear. And then they hung up. I'm like, is this a prank call? I was very confused. I called back and then a solid 30 minutes later, like, "Oh no, JK, he's dead." Like, that was basically how I found out he died. And so I was in one state and my family was in another. Like literal distance. I went home for the funeral and then we just kind of did our own things in separate rooms. Yeah. So to answer your question, no, I did not grieve with her. I think in her sense of us grieving together, like 6 months later, as I was driving back to New York, like I was doing something where I was working in Detroit and in New York. And so I had to go back and forth quite a bit. And so my drive back, like this, like a 9-hour drive from Detroit to New York, she called and she's like, "Yeah, so here's what happened for me on that day." This is also like 6 months later. So I think for her in that situation, that was a kind of her sharing grief with me. But yeah, if that answers your question.
Is it different, the relationship that your sister had with your
With-
parents than you?
Yeah. I don't talk to my sister either. Like, I genuinely don't know when anyone's birthdays are. So my dad's the one that tells me when people's birthdays are. I don't know if I'm just really bad with dates. And also, this was like therapy. Sorry. Thank you all. This is like a very supportive space. I appreciate it. I'm here for good mental health days or having better days. I lost a train of thought. But yeah, no, we don't talk. I don't know when her birthday is. She has 2 kids. Okay, got it. With the mustache. What's that guy's name?
Who cares?
No, okay, right. It's, I won't, it's,
I have a question.
yeah,
about grief.
sure.
How have you noticed like grief affect your body?
Oh, sorry, I laugh. I like somehow for 2 months didn't eat. Like I wasn't actually eating. I lost almost, I lost a quarter, not a quarter. Yeah, I lost a quarter of my body weight, which is fucking wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I literally lost a part of myself from that. And I think I'm just like leveling out. Like my dog, while she's terrible, also really helped me. Like I got her for like emotional support, blah, blah. She's registered in the state of New York, so I can I can bring her anywhere because she is a service animal, but not really, obviously not really. Because she's so scared of everything. But yeah, so I got her to like help me remember to like eat and to get out of bed. When I was living in New York, I only had to be at work 1 day out of the week. And the rest of the time, sorry, I feel like this is so low. The rest of the time I was just like in my apartment or walking around or going plant shopping. But yeah, thank you for your question. Any others?
Have you noticed that both you and your mother have strong relationships with dogs?
Oh, she copied me. She did. I got my dog first. Oh, but yeah, no, it's very, very fun. I think the one thing we do talk about are it's like dogs. Like how, I also, when I went to Skowhegan, sorry, such a dumb experience. But also if you like residencies, you should do it. It's a time. My dog stayed with her. So my dog and her dog are, I think they're best friends, kind of. Except for when there's resources that can be guarded, then that's when fights happen. But besides that, they're really, really good. Yeah.
I think auditory memory is like often what I associate with mourning or grieving.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like songs that remind you of like your dad?
Ooh, I'll say so. Not of my dual. Yeah, Phil. He really loved Phil Collins, which is like not Genesis, but only Phil Collins, like solo shit, greatest hits. I'm not sure why. But like for me, I conflate Phil Collins with Men at Work, and so the song Overkill has been like that song will like either like trigger like a tear or a moment where I'm like, are you okay? You're okay. But also it's okay to cry if you do need to cry. So definitely that song. And I remember the song that I heard when I found out that he died, or like the song I was listening to was Tiara Whack. I was listening to Whack World, a really great visual album if y'all are fans. Yeah, very, very good. Yes. That was my most listened to album according to Spotify that year. Yes.
Do you ever feel any guilt or pride about the way you grieve? Like you feel like you're grieving in a healthy way, or you feel like the way you grieve is wrong at times, or just any feelings like that?
So it's in the didactics thing, but when I found out he died, I actually laughed. Like my laugh, like it was such a wild laugh. Like the sound my body made no sense. And also during his funeral, I was like laughing during his funeral. But not like a ha-ha laughter, but like a very weird sound were coming out of my body. But no, sometimes I'll raise a shot. I would say y'all's hands are empty, but I'd say if you had a drink, you could raise a cup to him. I also do enjoy my cult over the summer at Skowhegan. A lot of people in my cult actually also had lost parents. So I did a lot of cheers and shots to dead parents, a lot of chanting. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. A lot of cheering for my dead dad. That's what we do. Yes.
So what was, like, once you experienced grief, or once you were, like, introduced into the grieving process, like, what was the first moment of joy that you had?
Joy. Oh, that's a good question. Joy. Well, how do you define joy?
How would you define joy?
I don't know. Who do I find joy? Huh. Pass. Does anyone have a definition of joy? Does anyone know? No?
Like,
Okay.
Personally, for me, it's like a thought-free moment of happiness, right?
Okay.
I'm not doing something to make myself happy. I'm just experiencing,
Okay.
what I identify as happiness.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. That's nice.
I
That's
think a
nice.
big part of joy is like, it's something that makes you happy to like be existing or alive at the moment.
Yeah.
Moment. Okay. Okay. A lot of apathy.
Do you feel your dad loved you unconditionally?
No. No, not at all. I also unconditional love. Yeah, no, I wouldn't know. My dog loves me unconditionally. Yeah, I do know that much. Yeah. Yeah. I also have a question for the audience. Should we love people unconditionally?
No.
Okay. 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 That's real. I heard no, right? I wanted to make sure I heard that. Okay. Okay. That's real. That's real.
Except for maybe your kids.
Say children.
Children. Okay.
It's hard not to.
Okay.
Well, ours is in the room.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Is that a hot take?
That's a joke.
Sure. Hello. Yeah.
What you mean by providing love?
Oh, okay.
Really what you mean by like unconditionally even. It's like, sometimes it doesn't take a lot of energy just to appreciate someone as they are. And that can be, acceptance can be just as much a form of love as caretaking or providing.
Sure, yeah. I love that. Snaps, sorry. I'm thinking, why? We could have been snapping so much earlier during this. Yeah. Were you raising your hand or were you also snapping? Okay, nice. I love that. Nice. The food at my dad's funeral was really fucking gross. It was like really gross. I don't understand. Anyways, that's fine. So I enjoy the food, but not at my dad's. Something I don't enjoy, like the touching of like, I'm thinking my grandma's funeral, you don't have to hug me. I'm okay. I'm not a hugger. I'm not a shaker. We don't have to, so we also didn't like each other. Like, you don't have to be here. So yeah, those things. I will say once again, waking up choosing violence. At my dad's funeral, one of my childhood nemesis, which is like also our family friend. He was going, like, I saw that he was outside, and I was like, oh, I really hope he comes in, and I'm gonna snub the fuck out of him. But he didn't come in, so I feel like I missed an opportunity.
Ruined your day.
Really did. I mean, besides the funeral, it really did ruin my day. Like, I was really looking forward to staring at him and be like, get the fuck out of my face. But he's getting married, I guess, my childhood nemesis, so you do it there? Or like if I, sorry? Someone said it, sorry? I mean, it's like a family friend. Like, it's literally like my child, like our families have been friends for many, many years. So most likely.
What made him your nemesis?
Jeez. I mean, an origin. Like, am I the villain? I don't know, maybe. Let's see. So I will say that, so my childhood nemesis is someone who, growing up, or he grew up around a lot of white people in a white neighborhood. I think he was embarrassed to be black, or that he was embarrassed that he was black, and then he was embarrassed that he had black friends. And then from there, I was like, well, fuck you, you weirdo. And I think to like distance himself from me, he would like push me. Not basically, he would pick on me. He was a bully. He was my bully. That's why he was my childhood nemesis. Yeah. But I think if I'm comparing our lives, I'm definitely winning by a long shot. Yeah. Yes. Anyone else have a nemesis or a childhood nemesis? I think it's important I think competition is important. It's healthy. And sometimes there's just people that you don't, sorry, I'm thinking people I don't like. Oh my gosh. Does anyone know Zachary? Oh, what's that bitch's name? Zachary, not Hill. Hutchinson?
What's he do?
Oh, well, no, she like, actually was like talking shit about me after I found out my dad died. She was talking shit about me, and she made my summer at the other cult that I'm a part of. She made it very difficult for me that summer for no reason. Anyways, if you know her, she's a bitch. But also it's one of those things where it's like life is kicking her. I feel like this is very low right now. Life is not treating her well at all. She's younger than me, but there we go. Sorry, she's younger than me, but skin looks decrepit and hairline is like way beyond where it should be. So, you know, I don't know, is that karma? I don't know. Or is it the sun? I don't know. You should wear sunscreen, that's all. Okay, anyways. But I feel like, any last thoughts? I think the mic's getting tired. Are y'all tired? Am I tired? I don't know. Oh, pardon, thank you. Nice, thank you.
Does your dad have a joke, like a joke he would tell? Did you have any, like, signature jokes?
My dad, came of age, trying to say nothing that's not racially insensitive. Gee whiz, yeah?
Can you say it?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say it. What's a joke? Gee whiz. There's like a lot of things too, but it's, one of those things where there's so many things. But okay, so not a joke, but a mannerism. If I can share that. He doesn't believe in the bank. Like, why have money in the bank when you can keep it in your home? Like, And then for tax or if insurance write-off, you can just claim that shit. Because how would they know? Like if there's a fire or arson or something, just to finish that thought. He also was like, I want Chelsea to have this, that, and the other. Before he passed, he's like, I want this to go to this child. He left nothing to my sister, which also is another thing. Anyways, my dad, what he does that I do is that he basically had money all throughout the house. Like, it was just like a scavenger hunt of like just finding random ass money, like X amount there, X amount there, X amount in the attic, X amount like in a shoebox in the basement. And so I've also realized I also do that. Like, my house is like there's just money. If I ever need bail money for someone, just grab it from my house real quick and then go. So hiding money in my house is like a attribute that I've gotten from him. Not a joke, but there we go. Thank you all. This is very cute. I'll clap, we'll snap, I don't know. We don't have to do anything. Okay, 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 okay. We'll put this down. Should I turn this off? Should I turn it off?